Hello and welcome to Champion Boxing. You're here with me, Dave Morris. I am a former amateur boxer, a current senior ABA coach and the founder of Become a Champion, taking boxing back into schools. Today we're going to do our first session. I'm going to take you through a little warm-up. Then I'm going to teach you the very basics of your guard and stance, so how to position your body and protect yourself, the basics of your movement, and your two basic shots, the 1 and the 2, or the straight shots. After that, we're going to do a small circuit, cool down and stretch off. Okay. For this warm-up, it's a simple 5 exercise warm-up. You're going to do each exercise for 30 seconds and then you're going to transition to the next one with no break. Altogether, that'll be 2.5 minutes. Then you'll get a 30 seconds rest and we'll do exactly the same again. I'll give you a quick run through of the exercises. First one is star jump, so feet side together, hands by your side. And as your feet open up, your hands shoot up at the same time, touching at the top and back down. There's your star jumps. Your next one will be scissor jumps. You're going to go forwards and backwards. As your left foot goes forward, your right arm goes up. Okay, let's go. And then we just keep switching arms and legs each time. Your next one will be high knees. Knees are going to come up, hands out, and just touch them at the top. So, high knees. After that, we've got heel flicks. Heels are just going to come up behind us, touching our bums each time and landing nice and soft on our toes. And our last one will be squat with a punch. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to squat all the way down, and on the way up, we're just going to do 2 straight punches. Down and up, down and up. Now, if you're ready, you're going to start with me on star jumps. Let's press our timer and get into this warm-up. We're going to start with star jumps, wait for the countdown, and we've got 30 seconds, so we're going to go straight into them. 7 seconds till we go. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Keep them hands moving out at the same time. 12 seconds gone. Last 10. Soon we straighten scissor jump. We're moving forward, backwards with our arms and our legs. Let's go. Superb. Straight into them with no breaks. We've got 5 exercises. That's 2.5 minutes, and then you get a little rest before we go one more time. 15 seconds to go on these. Let's speed them up. 10 seconds all the way through, and then we're into our high knees. And let's go on them high knees. Knees coming all the way up. "20 seconds to go. Last 15, you're halfway there on these. We should be feeling nice and warm now. 8 seconds. It'll be heel flicks next. And let's go on those heel flicks. And if you really want to, whilst you're doing these, you can punch out at the same time. Or you can just do them normal. It's entirely up to you. Almost there. And squat with a punch. All the way down and 1, 2. All the way down and 1, 2. All the way down and 1, 2. Our 1, 2 is simply left followed by right. All the way down, left, right. All the way down, left, right. And we will teach you exactly how to throw these shots later on. But for now, let's get them all the way out. 3 seconds to go, and we get a 30-second break. And relax. Superb. We should be feeling a little bit warmer. We're going to do that one more time. That should get our muscles nice and warm, ready for the main part of our lesson. Get your breath back. We've got 15 seconds. and then we're going to go again. 10 more seconds, starting on star jumps. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Superb. That's nearly 10 seconds gone. 20 to go. Halfway there on star jumps. Last 10 seconds now, let's go a bit faster. All the way through. And we're going to scissor jumps next. And just get them arms and those legs moving in a forward motion. 10 seconds gone. This is good. Keep that movement nice and fast. Keep that tempo up. We should be getting our bodies nice and warm. Last 8 seconds. And then it'll be high knees. Let's go. All the way through. We're nearly there now, 20 seconds to go. We've got 2 more exercises after this, and that's our warm-up complete. Get them knees up nice and high, last 10 seconds. Nearly there. 5 seconds to go. Heel flicks next. And again, if you want to punctuate whilst you're doing it, you can, or you can just do the normal ones like we showed you at the beginning. One more exercise left after this one. Wait for that bell. And we've got a squat with a punch. All the way down, all the way up in 2 shots. 20 seconds to go. Our muscles should be nice and warm. We should be stretched off with some of the dynamic stretches that we've included with these exercises. 5 seconds all the way through. And well done. Brilliant. If you want, hit pause, go and get yourself a little drink, and then get back here quickly, ready to learn some of our new skills. Okay, now that we're nice and warm, we're going to go into the main part of our lesson. The first bit we're going to work on is our guard and our stance. Our guard is about how we protect our face and our body, and our stance is about how we position ourselves so that we're nice and balanced. Okay, for everybody, you're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart and your toes pointing forward. So imagine that they're pointing towards 12 o'clock on a clock or towards north on a compass. Lovely. From this position now, you're going to take a step back with your dominant foot. So if you're right-handed, you're going to move your right foot like I will do. If you're left-handed, you're going to move your left foot. This is the only difference where it gets a little bit confusing. Okay, right-handed people like me, take a step back with that right foot. Your orthodox boxers. Left-handed people, take a step back with your left foot. Your southpaw boxers. Perfect. Now we've done that, wonderful. All we're going to do now is we're going to twist our toes 45 degrees. Okay? My toes, because I'm a right-handed boxer now, are pointing towards 2 o'clock on a clock. So imagine there's a clock drawn around each foot. They're pointing towards 2 o'clock. This is where it's a little bit different for you left-handed people because you took a step back with the other one. You're going to point yours the opposite way. So it's going to be pointing towards 10 o'clock. Okay? Comfortable with that? I'll give you a little second to check your feet, and they're pointing towards the right part of the clock. Lovely. From this position now, we're going to bring our back heel off the ground, okay, just to take our weight in that back leg, and we're going to bring our body just down a little bit so we've got nice soft knees, ready for quick movements or to absorb impact. Soft knees, back heel off the ground, and just check your feet that you've got a staggered stance. So you don't want them in line, you want them slightly offset, okay? Perfect. That's stance. From this position, push backwards and forwards using your toes. and keeping your weight central. I'll do it from the side. And just keep pushing backwards and forwards, getting used to having that weight down the middle and pushing all your body forwards and all your body backwards in that stance. You do that now for 30 seconds and just get comfortable moving that weight forwards and backwards in that nice stance that we've just worked on. Okay, from that nice stance position now, we're going to work on our guard. Guard is very simple, okay? I want your hands out straight, your arms out straight with your fingers pointing down. Roll them fingers inside your palms and put your thumbs on top. Lovely. Bend them elbows now so that you bring your fists up to your cheeks. And we're just going to rest them just on our cheekbones. We don't want to go too high and stop ourselves seeing, and we don't want to go too low, leaving ourselves exposed. They're just going to rest underneath our eyes, nice and tucked into that cheekbone. Next thing we want to do is bring that chin down so it's protected. And finally, make sure that we are side on. Side on makes a small target. It protects all the important parts of our body, like our organs. Makes it a little bit more difficult as a target. We're a much smaller target. Guard and stance. Front foot is our weak one. Back one is our strong one. Soft knees, back heel off the ground. Hands up underneath our eyes. Elbows tucked in. Chin down. And side on. Are we all comfortable in that position? Perfect. From that position now, all we're going to do is bounce backwards and forwards again, but this time keeping our hands up. I'll do it from the side so you can see. Perfect. Now in your guard and stance, I just want you to spend 30-40 seconds bouncing forwards and backwards, so feel free to press pause and have a little try at that. Okay, brilliant. I hope that felt comfortable and you've managed to get to grips with those new skills. What we're going to talk about now is how to move forwards and backwards and left and right. We're going to get ourselves back in that guard and stance position, okay? So again, weak foot at the front, strong one at the back and soft knees. Get that back heel off the ground and make sure those feet are staggered. Hands up underneath your eyes, just on your cheeks. Elbows tucked in and chin down in a side-on position. Perfect. Now you stay like that, and I'll tell you the two basic rules of movement. Rule number one, whatever direction you are travelling, that foot moves first. Once you see it, you'll understand that rule slightly better. Rule number two, however far the first foot travels, the second one travels the same. If you stick to those two rules, your footwork will stay perfect all the time. Let me show you. I'm going to go from a side-on position. If I'm travelling forwards, my front foot is going to go first, followed by my back foot. That was rule one. Also, if my front foot travels 10 centimetres, my back foot travels the same. If I'm going backwards, my back foot travels first, followed by my front. And again, if this one travels 10 centimetres, so does this one. Those are your two basic rules. And what that stops is our feet coming together or crossing over. And I will show you how. If I'm going forwards and I move my back foot first, my feet come together. And in this position, I'm not balanced. So if somebody lands a shot on me, I'm going to fall over. We want to avoid that. Second rule about travelling the same distance. If my front foot travels first, like it should, but only goes 5 centimetres, and my back foot goes 25 centimetres, again, my feet are together. And if I take a shot, I'm going to fall over. Do we understand those two rules? Perfect. All I want now is in your guard and your stance, follow my command. I'm going to face the opposite way so you can do it exactly the same as me. All together, one step forward. All together, one step backwards. All together, 2 steps forward. All together, 2 steps backward. I'm going to carry on telling you what to do, and I want you to practice it. All together, 1 step forward. All together, 2 steps backward. All together, 2 steps forward. And pause. Really well done. Now, if you want to press pause there on the video and just practice that by yourself, if you've got somebody at home who can call it the commands, forwards or backwards, and give yourself a little bit of a challenge by doing 1, 2 or 3 steps. That would be brilliant. Okay, perfect. Hopefully you're comfortable now at moving forwards and backwards. Now we're going to do what I think is slightly more challenging, and this is moving side to side or laterally. You're going to get back in that garden stance. Soft knees, weight down the middle of that back foot off the ground. And we're going to follow those same 2 rules. The only thing now I'm going to add to this when we're moving sideways is making sure our feet don't come on line. Now I'll show you what I mean by that. A common mistake when people move sideways, they revert to normal stance position like you would stand if you're in the playground. But we're boxing and we need to keep this stance all the time. So this is what I want you to remember. Imagine your feet are on railway tracks. Now on a railway track there are 2 lines that run parallel. Your feet cannot come onto the same line. So when I move to the side, if I'm going to my right goes first, followed by my left. If I'm going to my left, which one's going to go first? Yes, my left. Followed by my right. Perfect. What I don't want to see is this. Square on, so you're showing all your body the target and your feet are on the same line. Garden stance, if I'm going to my right, if I'm going to my left, if I'm going to my right, and if I'm going to my left. Notice that my feet are always on those 2 imaginary lines like a railway track. They're never on the same line. Are we comfortable with that? Perfect. What I want to see now is the same as before. Whatever I tell you to do, you're going to copy, but you're going to now add in the lateral movement. So in your garden stance, all together, 1 step forward, 1 step back, 1 step to your right. Feel comfortable with that? Just check your feet, make sure they've not gone out of line. 1 step to your left, 2 steps to your right, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 1 step to your left, 1 step to your right, and relax. Now, if you want to carry on trying that at home, hit pause and get a brother or a sister or an adult who's not too busy to carry on calling out those commands, or you can just skip back to the beginning of this section and try it again. Make sure you're staying that nice garden stance. Okay, perfect. Now you've learned your gardening stance, you've learned how to move forwards, backwards, left and right. So 6 brand new things in 7 or 8 minutes. That's absolutely brilliant. What we're going to move on to now is what people see as the most important part of boxing, the shots. Now, personally, I don't think they are. Unless we get that footwork right, which we practiced at the beginning, the shots will never work well. So if you are still struggling with that footwork, feel free to go back at a later time, use this video again and practice that footwork. However, now we've done that already, I think it is time to get into the shots. I'm going to teach you the 2 most commonly used shots, and they are our straight arm shots. They are the jab and the backhand. Now, I'm going to refer to them as the 1 and the 2. The 1 is the jab and the backhand is the 2. What I want you to do is to get in that nice garden stance position that we've learned. So we slide on, hands up by our cheeks and elbows tucked in, weak foot at the front, strong one at the back, and soft knees. I'm going to carry on drilling those coaching points into you just so we get it right. The jab, this is the first one. It is our weak hand, our lead hand, our non-dominant hand. So for me, because I'm a right-handed person, it's my left hand. Very simple with our jab. We rotate our knuckles so our palm faces down and it returns. Extension, rotation, return. Being very careful to keep that backhand up by our cheek, our chin down, and this side on position intact. Jab. Jab. Now, it's only a shot once it comes back to your face. So when I say jab, I don't want to see this and it's staying out there because you're not very well protected. It's got to come back. Jab. And notice when I do that correctly, my hand is no longer covering my cheek and my chin, but it's replaced by my shoulder, and that keeps me as safe as I possibly can when I'm performing the shot. Do it from a side-on position so you can see. Jab, jab, jab. In your garden stance now, I want you to perform 10 perfect jabs. Do them slow and steady, don't rush through them. Each one all the way out and all the way back keeping that backhand up by your cheek. Off you go, do all 10. Brilliant, I hope that felt comfortable. Now we're going to move on to our other shot, the 2, or the backhand as some people call it. Now this is our power punch, okay? It is very similar to our jab in that it's a straight arm shot, but there's one extra movement. Notice my feet, I've got soft knees, my back heel is off the ground like I showed you earlier, and this is the extra movement. I twist my toes, bringing my hips round. Then I extend the backhand, or the number 2, rotate the fists, the palms facing down, and bring it all back. Foot, hip, and hand. Backhand. Backhand. I'll do it from a side-on position so you can see. And again, when I throw this hand, this one stays up by my cheek. Now you do that 10 times by yourself and see if you can get them shots comfortable. Okay, now you know your basic skills. You know how to stand in your Garland stance. You know how to move forwards and backwards and left and right. And you know your 2 basic shots, the 1 and the 2, the straight arm shots. It's time to put them into practice with a little game. This game is an old school favourite of mine. It's called Simon Says. Now I know most of you all know the rules, but let me just quickly recap for those of you who aren't certain. I'm going to ask you to do different skills that you've just learned. If I say the word Simon Says before it, you must do it, and you do it straight away. If I don't say the word Simon Says, ignore what I asked you to do, and just stay in your Garland stance position. If you make a little mistake, so for example, you throw the wrong shot, or you do the wrong movement, or you do something when I've not said the word Simon Says, you get a forfeit. That forfeit is just 5 star jumps. Now we need a little bit of honesty here. I'm not at home with you, so I can't tell you to do them. You've just got to make sure you get straight into them when you know you made a mistake, and then join back in with the rest of us with wherever we are up to. I'm going to play along to start with. I'm going to face away so that our movements are in the same direction. Whatever I ask you to do, you're going to copy it if I say the word Simon Says first. Simon Says Garland stance. Simon Says 1 step forward. Simon Says 1 step back. Simon Says 1 step to your right. Simon Says 1 step to your left. Simon Says 1. Simon Says 2. Perfect, that's good so far. Let's speed it up a little bit. Simon Says 1. Simon Says 1. Simon Says 2. Simon Says 1 step forward. Simon Says 1 step back. 1 step forward. Oh, did I get you that time? I didn't say Simon Says, so if you step forward, do your 5 star jumps. Everybody else, Garland stance. Let's go. Simon Says 1 step forward. Simon Says jab. Simon Says jab, and by jab I mean 1. Simon Says 1. Simon Says 2. 2. Oh, did I catch you that time? Simon Says 1. Simon Says 2 steps forward. Simon Says 2 steps back. 3 steps forward. Make sure if you did it wrong, you need to use star jumps. Let's go again. Simon Says jab. Simon Says 2. Simon Says 1, 2. Ah, now you don't know this one. In your Garland stance, a 1, 2 is simply a jab followed by a backhand, or a 1 followed by a 2. So let's try that one. Simon Says 1, 2. Let's see if you can work this one out. Simon Says 1, 2, 3, 4. Superb. Let's go again. 1, 2. Oh, did I catch you that time? Do your star jumps. Simon Says 1. Simon Says 2. 1 step forward. Oh, I got you again. Simon Says 1 step forward. Simon Says 1 step back. Simon Says double jab. We don't know that one, but you should be able to work it out. It's a 1 followed by a 1 again. Simon Says double jab. Simon Says double jab followed by a 2. Simon Says 1 step forward. 1 step back. Oh, did I get you that time? Do your 5 star jumps? Simon Says 1 step back. Simon Says 1 step forward. Simon Says 1, 2, 3, 4. And perfect. Now, if you want to carry on playing that game at home, that's fine. Just press pause. If you've got a brother or a sister with you, they can be the leader whilst you do as they say, and then you can switch over. If not, you've got an adult around who can help you, get them to call out some commands, and then maybe get them doing some of the skills as well. Brilliant. Right, now it's time for our little circuit. All we're going to do is 3 rounds. 3 rounds will last for 2 minutes each, and you're going to get 30 seconds rest in between. So your first round, you're going to be in your guard and stance, and for the first 30 seconds, you're just going to throw a 1, or a jab as we call it. You're going to keep throwing that one after the other for 30 seconds in a nice, good guard and stance position with your backhand staying glued to your face and the arm going all the way out. After 30 seconds, you're going to stay in that guard and stance, and you're just going to bounce backwards and forwards. 30 seconds of that, then we go back to the jab, and then for another 30 seconds, we do the bouncing, and then you get a 30-second break. After that, we're going to do the same, but we're going to throw the backhand in round 2, or the number 2, okay? It'll be backhand or number 2, bouncing, throwing our number 2 again, and bouncing again. And then the final round, we're going to combine both those shots together. We're going to throw a 1-2 for 30 seconds. We're going to bounce for 30 seconds, come back to the 1-2 for 30 seconds, and finish on bouncing in our guard and stance for 30 seconds. All I'm looking for all the way through this is that good guard and stance position, nice crisp shots, so they're going all the way out and coming all the way back, and you trying your absolute hardest. Are we ready? Countdown, we've got 10 seconds. Everybody getting that guard and stance, and we're starting with that 1, that jab, that lead hand, your weak one, goes all the way out and all the way back. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And keep it going. You're just jabbing all the way out, throwing the 1, all the way out and back again. Keeping that backhand glued to your face. We've got 15 seconds to go, and you can speed it up now if you've got that technique right. Last 6 seconds and we're going into our bouncing. Are we ready? Just bouncing backwards, forwards, pushing from them toes, making sure the gap between our feet stay nice and separate. I'll show you from this angle so you can see. We've got 30 seconds of this, and then we're going back to our number 1, or the jab as we call it. And jab again in that guard and stance position, all the way out and all the way back. Keeping our side on, and elbow tucked in. We don't want to be doing this with our elbow coming in. It stays nice and tucked in. 7 seconds, and then we're going into bouncing, and then we get a break. The arms should be feeling a little bit tired by now. And back again, backwards and forwards, 30 seconds of this, just pushing from our toes, not bringing those feet together. Well done, this is superb, keep it going, and that's 2 minutes down, round 1 complete. We've got 15 seconds to go. Hands staying up by your face, elbows tucked in, and just pushing from them toes. Last 5 seconds, all the way through, and then we'll get a break. And relax, superb. Get some of that oxygen into your lungs, feed those muscles, and get ourselves ready for round 2. Round 2 is exactly the same, but this time we're throwing that backhand. And don't forget, that back foot, it twists when we throw it. Now if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can pick up some weights or put some gloves on. It's up to you. Just gives that little bit more resistance in those shots. We're ready, guard and stance position. 3, 2, 1. Backhand, or number 2 as we call it, all the way out, and twisting that back foot each time. That's wonderful, keep that going. And I'll show it you from a side on position, but you keep going like you are. Turning them knuckles over, fully extending those arms. Keep it going, we've got 3 seconds and we're into bouncing. Let's go on that bouncing. Hands staying up, pushing from them toes, just moving backwards and forwards. Up and down, we're going forward and backwards. That's brilliant, 15 seconds to go. Hands staying up nice and high, looking like a boxer with every movement that we do. 5 seconds and we're back into that backhand. Half this round. Let's go. Backhand. We're over halfway now. And if you're outside like me, you should back foot squeaking. Should be grinding into the ground as it's bringing all that weight from the rear side of your body forward through that shot. There, and we're bouncing again. Last 50 seconds of round 2. Hands up nice and high, elbows in, stay inside, on. 15 seconds to go. Nearly there now. Go in, keep that nice garland stance position. And relax. 30 seconds break to yourself. And then we've got our final round. Our final round is simply a 1-2, followed by bouncing, 1-2s again, and a final 30 seconds of bouncing, and then you have finished. 15 seconds to go. Shake it off. Get some air into your lungs. 5 seconds, get your body in position. Get your head in the zone. And let's go. Nice straight shots. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Arms going all the way out and coming all the way back to your face. Chin tucked in. Eyes looking down that shoulder. Got 12 seconds to go on this. Superb, we're into that bouncing. 30 seconds. Minute and a half left of this circuit. Hands up nice and high, elbows tucked in. Using all those leg muscles to push you backwards and forwards. We need now. We've got 1 minute left. And get ready with these 2s again. Last time we're punching, throwing shots. In this session, arms going all the way out. Back foot twisting on that backhand, on that number 2 shot. Hold the way through now. Last 8 seconds. And bouncing. Last 30 seconds. And then we are done. Oh, sir, 15 seconds to go. And relax. That is absolutely brilliant. If you're like me, your arms and your legs, you'll be feeling really tired now, should be a little bit out of breath, and definitely got a sweat on. That was brilliant. Now, if you're not feeling too tired yet, there's nothing wrong with hitting pause, rewinding back to the beginning of that circuit, and do it again 1 or 2 more times. That's entirely up to you. For the rest of you, we're going to stretch down now, stretch off now, cool down our bodies, and the session will shortly come to an end. Let's cool ourselves down. Little jog on the spot. Really good. Just nice and light, heels to toes. And we're just going to move them arms forward. Nice and controlled. And now sending them backwards. Perfect. Standing still. Open and close those arms. And now get them going up and down in alternate directions. Perfect. Shake that off. We'll do a couple of arm stretches, a couple of leg stretches, and that is your very first boxing session complete. First arm stretch, left arm across your body, right arm up behind it, and just pull it that little bit further, okay? Nice and straight, and hold that for about 8 seconds or 10 seconds, and slowly release. Opposite arm across your body, up behind it, and just pull it across. Shake it out. Hands down in front of you. Turn your palms around so they touch. Bring your arms above your head and just stretch as high as you can go. Shake it out, moving on to our legs. You're going to grab hold of your right foot, bring it up to your bum, and we're just stretching out all those quadricep muscles. If you struggle to balance, just grab hold of a wall or somebody else. Opposite foot, up to your bum. And now we're going into our last one. Want your feet spread wide apart, don't go so wide that you're losing balance, but just a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then just touch down in the middle, going as far as you can, and try not to bounce, just go as far as you can and hold it. And shake it out. Absolutely superb. Today, you've learned the guard and the stance. You know the difference between southpaw and orthodox. So if you're a right-handed person, you're an orthodox boxer. If you're a left-handed person, you're a southpaw boxer. You should know how to move forwards, backwards and left and right. And you should now know what the 1 and the 2 is. And that we also call them the jab and the backhand. This was your very first session. We're going to move into more complicated shots, some defences and new combinations in the coming weeks. One golden rule though from this lesson: this is boxing, it's non-contact boxing, and it's only ever to be done by yourself in your own space. If you are interested in getting boxing into your schools, get in touch with us at Become a Champion. You can email us, you'll find all our details on the website, and we'll talk to you about how we can bring boxing safely to your school in your area. Well done today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you again soon.